Well. For breaker 10.
10-4, 10-4. Watch out
Oh.
for them. Watch out for them lot lizards
Watch your six and the lot lizards.
and the lot lizards.
I still got that shirt too, man. Amazing.
Which one?
Yours.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh.
Good times, good times.
Good times 14 years ago.
Holy moly.
What's going on? What do we have?
What do we have here? What do we got?
What do we what look what we have well you have in here. Heard you had yourself a little boys trip to Globe Life Field, sir.
Oh, yes. My first
Did
trip.
That's your
My
first
first.
trip?
Yeah, I had never been to the new ballpark. I hadn't been in there. So it was the
Well,
first
what do
time.
you think?
I like it. I dig it. I dig it. It gives me the Houston vibes. Like it's got the same kind of setup, look, kind of shape. But yeah, the AC felt real nice.
Always feels cool on your balls on a summer night.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and the seats were good. We were like, what was it, like second row, like by third base. So we were like right there.
Nice.
Shout out to
Did
Eddie
you
Man and
hey, shout out to our boy Eddie May from the Pinche Crew and Debo
yeah,
Construction.
for sure. And tomorrow, I can now say like tomorrow I'll be at my first rodeo.
So it'll literally be your first rodeo.
But
The
then I can
PB
officially say this ain't my first rodeo after
the
that.
PBI.
I, I can officially say that.
Just next time you go from there, next time you attend the Mesquite Rodeo, the Crown
then I
Jewel of
can,
Mesquite, you can just say, "Hey,
or just
this
or
this
just
ain't my first."
period. Just to use the phrase, I can now use it because it's whatever it is, it's not.
Now you weren't able to say it before, and
No.
now you unlocked. Yeah,
Yeah, I
just
could, but
whenever.
it wasn't legit. I was just
Yeah,
saying it. I was just saying a phrase.
people would know. People would know.
Yes, yes.
They can tell.
Oh,
Okay.
they can tell. They can tell.
Huh?
Like, yeah, you don't look like
Uh,
no bueno.
I don't think that's correct. I don't think that's correct. This you clearly have not been to a rodeo.
So how's your week been? This was your last week, right?
Yeah. Got a new gig. I think I told you offline, but yeah, man, good opportunity. Got recruited. All that's boring corporate crap, synergy
But
and jargon. But
but do you like your job?
I well, no, I do like being chief of the. I do, but I'm sorry. I don't understand the question.
So this was
No, it's good.
last week when you told me. I thought that was like this was gonna be like your first week of your last 2 weeks.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. Things escalated quickly. Thank
as
you
they
for
always
asking.
do.
Thank you for asking, and thank you for knowing that. So I got I got a small brush. Nothing that would need me to go call Matt Brunig and the labor law
Mm.
attorneys. Maybe we have a little 30-minute business Wednesday about this. But nothing like what the boys went through.
Mhm.
But I will say it did put me in like a space of what they were feeling because basically I didn't have a non-compete. I
Okay.
did not sign a non-compete. I'm staying in the industry. It's just with a company that does it's a bigger
Mhm.
company, does more things, but they're
Yeah,
giving me
but
more control.
but I'm sure like clients and past clients and all that kind of stealing clients, moving clients, contacting previous clients.
Yeah.
That's all a thing that's got to kind of
Yeah.
be hashed out.
It's a totally different movie, but it's the same movie. Uh, yeah, no,
Totally
no, no.
different
It's
job. Totally different.
totally different job. Totally different job. Yeah, no, but it's the same pool. We're all in the same pool in real estate, right?
Yeah.
So it was one of those things that I think when I put in my 2 weeks, I think and I love the old boss. I think he's great, but I think he realized what had happened, and there was really no recourse for him.
Yeah.
But there was a hint of uh, like
Mhm.
maybe
Mm.
you're gonna take all these things, and I have no intention, but it got real squirrely this week,
Yeah.
real tense,
They
and
usually
I did
they
think
usually sometimes comes from I mean, in my experience, I haven't had, but maybe in the other areas. But when something like that happens, that's usually someone else in that person's ear, like, hey, is he
Might
gonna?
want to.
Hey, are you sure that he's not gonna? Hey, what about if
Do we?
you know what I mean, like
If
that?
we, yeah, yeah. So we didn't get into geofencing talk, but it's literally the same thing, right? It's like I'm going to do a podcast style thing, but it's managing a company that does the same thing. It
Mm,
moves faster, right? And we're swimming in the same pond, and it's
mm,
all. I mean, it's literally it's the same kind of bit that could be taken to court,
yeah.
but there's no recourse because I didn't sign a non-compete.
Yeah,
And
I mean
so,
it's on more of a friendly, like, hey, kind of. But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
in the end, business is business, and
Well, business is business, and they
yeah,
understand that. And also, like what like Dan and Jake said when they made the move, I really felt that because they were like, "Look, it's not the same thing, but
yeah,
also, if P1s want to flow over to the DZ or hang out with both, it's the same exact scenario that I'm
yeah,
facing now. It's like, hey, I can't stop friends from hanging out, but also I wish these guys well because I love those guys. I want them to succeed."
yeah,
And it was really strange. And I told you this, and it's I had to do I was over the work account where I left
mhm,
the work Instagram account, and I think I shot you a text when I dropped it. But Jake, when he left the ticket, when it was all said and done, he dropped an X post, and it was basically just Mac Miller's "Good News" song, and the song is
mhm,
literally about like, hey, what does everybody want me to say? What do you want me to
yeah,
do? Right? Like, and it's actually a really sad song, and it's a big popular song after he died, but
yeah,
it's literally like, you know, what are we doing here, right? Like,
yeah,
it's better on the other side, you know what I
yeah.
mean? But
And at the
unfortunately for
same time, a
Mac,
little tip of the hat and a little ode to the.
oh, yeah, yeah. Good news, good news. But yeah, man, no, all good things, and maybe we have a little aside on that because it'd be cool to get some people in to talk more on this because you
Yeah,
work in construction and real estate and development and stuff like that as well, and maybe we get Eddie in and some of the boys we all work with, and
mhm.
I'm sure it's the same thing. But anyway, got a little brush with that. So that was my weekend check. So I'm on a little bit of a vacation, if you will. I start next week,
A
but
few days before you got to start the fishing in the new lake.
in the new lake. And so somebody asked me, "Oh, you going out of town? You guys doing something fun?" I was like, "No, I got to get the effing plumber out here because I think I got a leak." So that's
Oh
going to be
no,
my couple days off. Yeah, but
that's
good
no
times,
bueno.
brother. It's no bueno. It's no bueno. But good times. But more importantly, uh, what do you got over there? What do you
I this is like my new fave. Like this is not just a bit because of like it's actually like this.
wink?
Hey, wink. No, but it is actually like my new favorite beer. Like I swung by and picked up another 12 pack today because I had ran out. No, but it's
Slow
good. It's
down.
actually good. Like I said, I had never had it until here recently, but it's
Oh,
really
it's
good.
amazing.
No, it really
Oh,
is.
you don't have.
I haven't tried the blue one. I was gonna start with the blue one because I thought, usually we drink a little bit lighter, but I'm like, I'm tasting it. No, and it's great. It is. It's good.
It's delicious. It's
Yes.
delicious. PBR in a can, brother, is
Yes.
good, but Lone Star, it just slams it out of the water. There's something about the Lone Star can, dog.
No, it's
Lone Star
good. It's really
tall.
good. Like I
It's a
said,
little tall
honestly,
boy.
like it's really good. Like this is the thing that I drink now. This is what I drink when I grab some. That's what I'm drinking. But you
You don't
got
have
that?
to.
What is it?
You
That
don't have to
voodoo?
lie. That's that Voodoo Ranger. You don't.
Rainbow
You don't
Ranger.
have to. First of all, you don't have to lie to me. All right. Okay, we get it,
No, this is
Adrian.
for
You really
everybody else.
like
We're
this.
trying to get that sponsorship.
Wink. You just call us. We need to sell it. We need to set up a sales at dumberzone.net dot hotmail.
we'll we'll do all the cheap shit that like
we'll do
that,
we'll do we'll
that
do
nobody
Mad
else,
Dog.
yeah, that nobody else wants to do. Like we'll do it for free.
Come
Do
on, man. Come
that
hang with us.
MD 2020, them Swisher Sweets.
Switcher Sweets. We'll do some Boone's Farm. Bob's your uncle. Because you know what,
Yes.
Adrian? This ain't our first rodeo.
It's not. Well, no, it's not. No.
Oh man, yeah, little voodoo man. Good to be back on with you, brother. Man, I've been dying because we love ourselves a good JFK and JFK conspiracy. JFK conspiracy on the Mavs, number one pick. Go.
That that was that was the talk of everybody's chat group, guaranteed, when that happened. That day, and I think we talked about this, that day, like I didn't even pay attention to it because I was like, look, they're gonna get what they're gonna get because they never move anywhere, or they're gonna get an even worse pick to just get an extra kick in the nuts of like not even get the spot that they were kind of supposed to get. You know what I mean? And so I was busy doing something else. I didn't even put it on or anything. And I didn't know it was on as early as like while the ticket was basically still on the air. Like I didn't know that it happened that early. But Nestor was the one that sent the text in our group chat, and I thought he was bullshitting. Like I thought he was maybe saying it like a prediction, like he was predicting it, and I was like, bullshit or whatever. So then like the alerts start coming up, and you start checking and I'm like, holy shit, there's no fucking way. Like there is no fucking way. And immediately I was like, man, this is some bullshit. And it's hard to figure out how to feel, honestly, because it's like you want to be excited, but then it's like I don't want nothing good for Nico. Like this is and that reminds me, like I'm still listening to Thursday's podcast, which is yesterday, and there's an interview with a guy. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know if I've had him on before, but his name's Jason Gallagher, and they interview him about that. I think he produces or directs or is involved with the podcast that LeBron James and Steve Nash, I think, have together. But he also does a lot
LeBron
of math stuff.
James.
Yeah, he does a lot of math stuff, and I've never heard anybody basically put the situation the way that he put it. Like it's you have to listen to it when you get to it, but it's like the way he put everything out. Like I've never heard anybody like explain it that way. You know what I mean? And it's like it sucks because it's like you don't want anything good for him, but if all this turns out to be good, like he's going to get the credit for this and things are going to turn out good for him, you know what I mean? And that sucks. That like straight
Yeah,
up sucks. But as far as everything else, like there's no way that I don't know. Like it's hard to actually decide if this is a conspiracy or not, if this was rigged or not, because when you go into those waters, you know what I mean? And you convince yourself that like this was rigged, then it's like the day when we were young, we used to watch wrestling, the day that you realize that this is not real, like you know what I'm saying? So when you start going into those waters and you really convince yourself that this is rigged, like that kind of fucks everything up. You know what I mean?
yeah,
How can you be a fan of a league that now you found out is just wrestling? You know what I
yeah,
mean? That they get behind doors, they figure out the scripts, and like, you know what I mean? So it's
yeah,
kind of hard to like think that because, like I said, once you do, you're getting into some shit that you're gonna have to deal with. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So it's
yeah,
either that or it was just straight up coincidence, the dumbest luck of all fucking time type shit, which is it's hard. Like I said, the way everything's gone is just nothing here makes sense. None of it makes
yeah,
sense from the very beginning.
yep. No, it's true, and what you mentioned makes a lot of sense. If you start pulling that thread and you go down that slippery slope, you get in them waters. You're gonna get wet. You're gonna get wet, boy.
And you
And
ain't gonna
uh
like
and
it.
it and you ain't gonna like it. And it's gonna open your eyes. So did you see, speaking of that, yeah, I need to catch up. So I'm literally still on last week. I think I'm on Friday pod now on the Dumb Zone.
Yeah.
But it's been going around X, but did you see how they lined up LeBron leaving Cleveland,
Oh yeah.
and then it was, and then all of a sudden Cleveland gets
Gets the
Kyrie,
number
the
one
pick,
pick.
the
Yeah.
number one pick, and then it was AD when he left the Pelicans,
Yeah. And they
Zion,
got the number one pick.
and then they got the number one pick, and then now Cooper Flag. 1.7% chance of Dallas getting the number one pick. And then you even historically go back to the cold card or the bent card when
Yeah.
the Knicks with Ewing, right? Was that Ewing?
Yeah.
So to your point about wrestling, in my opinion, like always, the truth's in the middle. Something had to be done because the league can't. now this is my
Yeah,
opinion. This is a Beto-torial. Beto editorial. Beto-torial sounds great.
we need
Write that down.
a little disclaimer.
Wah 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 wah. Yeah, no. In my humble of most humble opinions, I think the truth is in the middle.
In my humble
I,
estimation,
in my most humble of estimaciones, the truth is in the middle, and it's this. Can it be nudged a little bit? There's no fixing games, obviously, but can we have unrest in a major market like Dallas?
mm,
Because this is not that. This is maybe a salve that could heal the wound a little bit. In my humble opinion, I think sometimes to alleviate or to a release valve, they're like, you know what? Throw the ping pong that way,
yeah,
and then just let's let this market calm down a little bit. Maybe.
yeah, and
Now again, no scripting, no scripting. Let's just tilt the scale just a tad. I mean, hell, we love going to the casino, but we know
yeah,
we know who's gonna win in the end.
but it's just
But we
that's what I'm saying, and it's just
just
crazy
enough.
because yeah, because on the ticket, like I said, if you take, I mean, the odds of them winning the number one pick were greater than the odds anybody would have given you that the Mavs would have traded Luca. You know what I mean? And it's like for those two things to happen, for those odds to kind of hit back to back, it's crazy. It's just like at a certain point, and I heard them talking on the ticket earlier that there's a guy that says, well, mathematically, this, that, like eventually you will hit. Like he's supposed to be really smart mathematician. He's all into, and my thing is like, but the way they explain it is like even if every year for 17 years in a row you have a 1.8% chance, you will eventually hit that if you find yourself in that situation. But to me, it's just like a coin flip. It's like every one of those things stands on its own. Like you can't otherwise I can say, well, I mean, I'm just going to keep playing the lottery every week and eventually I will win it, but the odds are not with you. You know what I mean? Like every single one of those things, just because I played the lotto 17 years in a row every single day doesn't mean that my odds are getting any better because the odds reset every
It's
time that that
silo.
thing
It's
starts.
silo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, for that thing to, the coincidence is just insane. It could all just be a huge coincidence that is just like, holy shit. You know what I mean? But again, what it's like the odds of those two things happening, like everybody said it from the very beginning, dude. If they get the number one pick, like it's a straight up conspiracy, it's a straight up rigging, and then it happens, and then it freaking happens. It's crazy. Like I said, it's hard to like for you to wrap your brain around it. It's almost as big as like when they traded Luca. Like you can't believe, like, are you serious? Like this shit actually happened. You know what I mean? And not in a
Yeah.
year where there's nobody coming out like last year. You know what I'm saying? This year when there's a legitimate, player that everybody claims is the next one. You know what I mean?
Is the
Like
truth.
how the
Yeah.
fuck does that happen when the Mavericks through the 80s and 90s had all kinds of up to like 20 some percent chances of landing the number one pick and they never did. Never.
Yeah.
Never,
Yeah.
never, never. And this year, it just again, yeah, it could. You could win the lottery two times in a row. I could go win the lottery and then play again the next week and win it again. But what are the fucking odds?
Yeah.
And that's a bit that like this guy Jason Gallagher was talking about that like he hates that Nico is going to get credit for this like as a smart move, but he explains it this way: is like this like if you go to the casino and you get a 19 and you hit on your 19 and you hit 21, like that's luck, but it wasn't smart. Like it
Right.
wasn't that's not a smart move. You know what I mean? And that's what he talks about. Like I have a pic. He says I have a picture in my office of like Brunson and Luca, and you know what I'm saying. And it's like this is the dude that you're trusting to handle this dude that's coming in. You know what I mean? Like it's just it's just insane. Like I don't know how they would. I don't know how I would trust this guy after everything that he's done to handle this situation correctly and to make. And like I said, I just don't want anything good to happen for him. Period. It just
Yeah.
pisses me off. It just pisses me
Yeah.
off.
No, heard. And back to your mathematician guy on the ticket.
Yeah.
I don't trust nerds.
I don't trust
So
in quants.
yeah, I don't trust autist quants. So next.
Yeah, that like I said, it doesn't make sense, and that's what makes everything even like I said, that's the only reason these conspiracies seem legit is because from the beginning none of this makes sense. Like the
Right.
conspiracies make more sense than
Yep.
what actually happened or anything anybody could tell you or explain to you that happened.
Right.
That's the only reason these things like holy shit, like maybe because like I said, the odds of all these things happening are just crazy insane. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It just don't make
Yeah.
any sense.
Yeah. Well, we got them. We'll see what happens. I'm hopeful, but again, to echo your point, I don't want anything good to happen to not the Mavs, but to the Mavs
No, no.
by
Yeah.
proxy of
Yes.
Nico.
Yeah.
Get that dude out
Yeah,
of here,
because you
man.
don't have anything against the players. You don't have anything against the
Nah,
team.
nah, nah, nah.
It's this
Love this
fucking
player. Yeah,
organization that screwed everybody, and then you're supposed to because cheering for the team, the team having success, buying team merch benefits these people that did this to you. You know what I'm saying? That's the part that
yeah,
sucks
yeah,
because you can't watch because all those things help these people that did
yeah,
this shit. You know what I mean?
yeah. Never be the same. I'll never be the same, Adrian, and don't ever change.
I
You
think we're
know,
gonna have a Lucas segment probably every pod until I don't know when because it's
uh,
just
listen. In 30 years, if we're still doing this, shout out Lone Star. Somebody give us some money, please, for sponsorship. Keep us afloat. And we're doing this in a Black Mirror projection pod, and we're still talking and yapping. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about it. It sucks, dude. You know what's fun? Let me tell you what's fun, Adrian. Miko,
oh Miko.
Miko. Let's just forget about last night. We're not gonna win them all. All right,
No,
we're
that
not gonna get
you
it all.
knew. I don't know if you watched the game, but I knew it was going to not be their night when that first goal went in off the skate of the knee or the leg or whatever. I was like, oh, okay. So okay, that's fine. They're getting the bounces tonight. I guess that's the way it's going. Because
Yeah,
because our goalie, that I mean some of those shots were just kind of you knew, like I said, one of those nights where they're getting all the bounces, be like, okay,
it's
all
fine.
right, coming back home, they're better at home. I think they said Winnipeg has lost like 6 or 7 straight games on the road.
Yeah,
Again, we're dealing with the odds of like, depending on what side you're on, are they due? Are they continuing this, trend? Just like
yeah.
nobody's scared of going into a game 7 either because, he's nine
Not
and
with
nine
the.
in game 7s. Again, you can look at it the other way. Hey, is he due for a loss or does this shit keep going?
That's a little something I like to call momentum. I don't know if you've heard of it.
A little,
In Pete
a
DeBoer,
little,
we
a little,
trust.
a little momentum.
It's a little momentum. It's a real deal. Check it out. You know what I mean? No, I'm I'm excited. I'm excited, dude. Yeah, I figured even before the game started, there had to be one of these drop offs. It's just natural. They've
Yeah.
been running and gunning, right? But
And I mean,
yeah,
this
we'll
is
see.
this is this is the best team. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like it's not you're not just playing some spare whatever. Like it's two good teams playing against each other. You're not gonna sweep them. You know what I mean? It's not
yeah,
gonna just be easy. Like it's just.
yeah,
But hockey is like the most exciting like playoff shit to watch because it's
yeah.
just like I said. Well, from 1 second to the next, you're just like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like it
And
shit just switches,
anything,
flips, turns
anything,
the tables.
anything goes. Yeah,
Yeah.
the turntables flip and turn. Anything goes, brother. Yeah, to your point about Winnipeg being the best team, didn't they win the Carlton Maxwell Award for
Yeah.
best record or best
They
season
did.
record or whatever fucking made up name they make up for these awards or
Some
plaques?
Canadian.
The Timmy Tim Horton Award for best record in the regular season or whatever the F.
The Molson
Anyway,
Ice trophy.
the Canadian Bacon Award for best effing record.
Now that was
Tomorrow.
86.
Oh, we'll be plugged in. We'll be plugged in. See what's up.
I think I'll be at my first rodeo. But
Take your med.
when we went to the Rangers game was the night that they won. Was game what? 4? Yeah, was game
Yeah.
4. We were at the game, but they were showing highlights. Every time they
Yes.
scored, they would so
That's
we are
when.
kind of keeping up with it that way. And one of the guys that we were with, he was watching on the phone, so we'd peek kind of over to see what was happening. So this is going
Did
to
you
be
do?
another one of those situations where I'm gonna have to watch it kind of wherever I can catch it.
Yeah. First world pains, bro.
Right?
When he was showing you his screen on his device, did he keep lowering it so you would scooch down and popcorn trick?
You already know the
Did he?
trick.
He's like, hey, no, no, no. He was like, no, no, hey, Grunland's about to score a natty hattie,
Yeah.
another natty hattie. Look at this, huh? Look at
Start sliding the phone in the zipper.
and you're like, oh,
You're like,
natty
wait,
hattie,
hold
ah, oh no,
on. Not again.
not again. This ain't my first rodeo.
Shit. Nah, but
Oh
we'll see how it goes. Hopefully we'll have something good to watch or cheer. Because I mean the Rangers are doing okay too.
yeah,
Yeah, I think they're what on a 6 or 7 game winning streak or something like that. But yeah, hopefully the Stars do that. I mean, all that is just to hold us over until football season starts. That's it. You know
funny,
what I mean? Until football season
funny
starts.
you should. Funny you should say. We're cooking. We're cooking with the segues here, brother. That's 2 for 2.
That's 2 for 2.
What do we got, man?
The 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 schedule releases. I don't know if y'all watched any videos. I was asking Eddie. The only one that I saw that was kind of funny. I don't know if I've sent it to y'all, but it's like they did. I haven't even seen the Cowboys one, but I saw the Tennessee Titans one. They did like a interview on the street type people that I guess don't know anything about football. But it was kind of funny because it's like they put the schedule up and they gave the teams the names of whatever the people said. They would look at the logo and they were like, "Oh, that's the with the whatever Bears of the whatever," and they was like, "December 17, we're playing the Bears of the Atlantic, whatever the hell." You know what I mean? They just kind of did it that way.
They
The
were
only other
playing.
one, the only other one I heard about was I think it was the Chargers that had a couple of little jabs there for the Cowboys, but I haven't found it. But supposedly they
Okay.
have a couple of little Easter eggs taking some jabs at the Cowboys, but I haven't found it. I haven't seen it.
Why do the Chargers want smoke?
I
What
don't
do
know.
we
That's what I'm
do?
saying. Like it's a weird team. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what the connection is there or what. You know what I mean? That's what I thought too when they said it. Like, what's the? I mean, I would understand like somebody in the NFC East or somebody that has a bunch of players that or New Orleans or somebody. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what the deal is.
Freaking
But
California.
y'all's Cowboys are opening the season, which again, as a Redskin fan, I think it's bullshit. It should have
Hey,
been us.
listen.
It should have been the NFC rematch, NFC Championship rematch. That's what it should
For
have been.
what?
But
For
I get
what?
it. I
Listen.
get it.
Yeah, you get it because we're America's team.
Nah,
We're
that's what I'm
not
saying.
gonna go. We're not.
I get why they did it, but I feel
I
like, hey,
mean,
it should have been because it's always a rematch. The first game is always either the Super Bowl matchup rematch or I mean the NFC Championship rematch from either side or something. So I was like, when they announced, it, I was like, that's some bullshit. Like the one year that we actually had one, and this was our year to be featured, like bullshit. But
but
it's all
listen,
right.
Pat.
It's all right.
But listen, I'm one of you. I'm with you.
We get to
But
play
it's
on
Washington.
Christmas. We get to play
Yeah,
on
we play on
Christmas.
Christmas. But also, Pat, it's Washington. I agree with you. It's a place to see and be seen in Washington, Pat.
It,
Washington.
it's where all the stars go.
I mean, Florida. No, I'm excited. I'm
No,
excited. I was
football's the
talking to
best. That's what we.
football's
That's
the
what
best.
we. Like I said, that's what we live for. That's how we know
It's
everything's is getting crunked up.
Yeah. Oh, or that.
Yeah.
It's the only sport in the world of its kind that I can think of where we get this hyped up about a schedule release. Now again, I I don't dabble in the dark arts of English Premier League soccer. Amen.
So
Go do your thing. Amen. But not me. That ain't for me, Jack.
I
Maybe they do
mean,
schedule release parties, but every benchmark event, including the release of a schedule, Come on,
Oh yeah, and
Kings.
it's like I said, it's fun because everybody is undefeated, and everybody's a champion when you see these schedules. You look at it like, oh, holy shit, we're going fucking 13-3, 13-4, straight up, like. And then it's just like when we do our picks or when we bet, it's like a quarter in. It's like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Of course, it wasn't going to
Of
work.
course it wasn't. Of course they weren't gonna beat them.
Who? What did we think? What did we think? Dak's down again. We got Milton, who was the truth. He's dead. George Pickens is crazy. He set the stadium on fire. Of course, it's going to happen.
No, it's crazy, but yeah, looking at the schedules, like I think we talked about on the chat, like the Cowboys don't look like they have a very easy schedule, and I thought they would, but I guess they
Yeah,
just drew the short straw or the long straw. I don't know which one it is that you draw for bad. Maybe the short straw.
yeah. It's
It's
the
the
short
short straw.
straw, and we always seem to draw it. But either either way, it's kind of bullshit. Now, I don't know if it's the rotation. You know how they do the week or strong schedule, but they also go through like the different division
Oh yeah,
rotation.
that's what I'm saying.
Is it
Sometimes
just
you
our?
get the week, but you get stuck with the yeah.
I think that's what happened, if I'm not mistaken. Because yeah, we brought it up in the boys chat, and I was like, "Yeah, what gives? Huh?
Yeah,
Huh?
because I think they said they have what the fifth most difficult schedule. I think somewhere around there, 5, 6, somewhere around there. I mean, they open with Philadelphia, which is not easy.
That's a
Usually,
L.
there's usually the Thanksgiving game. It seems like they usually try to give them a little toss up because it's usually not a. But Kansas City for Thanksgiving, like there's some games in there that don't look uh at this point anyway. Everything looks different at the beginning of the
Sure.
season, but a lot of these teams have a lot of new players, new additions. Everybody does, but
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see. Like I
Yeah.
said, we'll see if
No.
we get the boys on and do like a schedule prediction bit, like the ticket does and everybody else does. See what everybody else thinks of how the season will go, and we'll keep up with that
I'm
during
I'm
during during
down.
the season.
I know. I'm in. I'm excited. Who do the Redskins open up? Or are they home?
They open up, I believe, against the Bears.
Okay.
I think they
Okay.
open up against
No.
the Bears. I think.
Well, I think yeah, no, but I like your idea though. I think we should go. I think we should do Redskins, Cowboys, get the boys together,
Yeah.
and do a in
And do
person
it and do at
together.
least like the NFC East over under on
Yeah,
games. I think the Cowboys are what, 7.5, the over under on games to win.
yeah.
It's
I
a
think
it's a
I
it's
think
a low
so.
number
That's mighty tasty. I'll
because I
take
think
a little
last
bit
year
of
was
juice
like
of that.
9.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
opening
Like,
night. Yeah,
yeah, I think it was like 9. The over under was 9 for the
yeah.
games.
That's right. No, let's do that. Write that down, Blake.
Yeah, and just so I mean, as we head into it, like this pod is gonna get very football intensive because that's what we betting fantasy. If you don't like any of that stuff, I don't
Get
know what to
out.
tell you. Get
Get
out of
out.
here.
No, 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 no. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Please, we need you. Please, grandma, don't listen to that last thing that Adrian said.
Just skip forward.
We need you, grandma. Just hang in there. We're
Hang
doing it.
on.
Your boy's doing it. Speaking of getting the boys together, what do you got on the compound? I didn't get to listen that much. I was going
Well,
through a little bit of an upheaval week, if
yeah.
you will, for work. So fill me in. I heard some playback stuff, some good stuff that
I mean, it's
I
probably
got to.
it's probably the most I've heard of the ticket in a long time, and it kind of worked out because they basically started what, Tuesday afternoon, and
Yeah. What
so
was what was the? Yeah. Okay.
it was Tuesday afternoon, all day Wednesday, until like close to the end of the day on Thursday, I believe, or whatever it is, yesterday. But it was good because the full day fell on Business Wednesday, so there was no pod to listen to. So I could just listen to the ticket like all day, just put it on. That's the only time in a long time that I've listened, like I'll just leave it on all day because it's like debauchery and a half, and it's just a trip. And then if you stay on after the top 10 at night, and then just, I mean, one night I left the earbud in and I fell asleep, and I was kind of hearing, I would wake up and hear a little bit here and there till like 3 in the morning they were still on. And it's a trip. It's the
Yeah.
only time that, like I said, that Yeah, you should listen to some of the highlights. There's a lot of highlights, like always. A lot of
Yeah,
funny bits, a lot of funny things that went on. But yeah, I haven't listened to a ticket that long in a very, very long time. Very, very
yeah,
long time.
yeah. No, that's good. I heard a couple of them. I heard that the crown jewel was night one, Davey getting super massive drunk
Yeah.
and and talking with Bruce Levine post game. He was like, "So what are the keys to the
About the
game?" And they're
keys.
like, "Does it just it already happened? What do you mean for the next one? Like what do
we, we,
you?"
what are the keys? Give me the keys.
Give me the keys. Give me the keys. Which is funny. Funnily enough, I heard Bob on the way home this afternoon, and they were kind of going over the camp pound bits, and he specific to that. Bob was like, "Well, in Davy's defense, really, what are keys to the game? Are they
Yeah.
predictors? No, they're not predicting anything." So Davy was kind of right.
Yeah.
He's like, "Give me the keys. What are
Give me
the
the keys.
keys? Like
Yeah. The
you got to
keys
run the
can,
ball.
yeah,
You got
I
to."
don't say you can still have keys after. But
That's a good bit.
I think what makes it fun at night is that everybody's drunk
Yeah.
and they're mixing, like I don't like White Elephant Day that much because it's not like this. This is a totally different thing. It seems like they let looser on these things, and the night is just nuts. Like the thing is, like at night, that shit just goes like completely nuts. And it's funny as shit. 'Cause like I said, everybody's kind of in and out. You don't know who's going to bed, who's not, who's still up, who just jumps in for no reason. They're out there taking shots. It's just funny as shit. Like I said,
Yeah.
all I heard, I enjoyed. I liked all of it.
Yeah.
And even like I said, the parts in the middle where I don't listen to a lot normally, like I said, but you know that the other people are gonna jump in.
Somebody's jumping in.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's basically everybody all day whenever they want, and it's just nuts.
Right.
Yeah.
What's funny the what I did get to hear live or on the app on the Sports Day app and playback um, was some of the funnier things that I think they mentioned on the recap. One of
Mhm.
them was well I didn't listen to this one live, but the Bob e break when George was making fun of him.
Oh yeah,
I
making
guess
fun of
on
how of his prayer
how
when
he's
he goes to
praised. He's
bed.
like, "Dear God, thank you for bringing me to the world."
Thank you for for giving the world me.
Giving the world me. And then he pulls the bed sheet right up, and then the way he snores is like, and again and again
And that's
and again and I went again.
like
That's great.
his long questions.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, all that stuff they should. I mean, they should put it. If they would put that like on a pod with no commercials, it would be awesome. Which brings me to another
Dude,
thing. That's it. Remind Like I said, I haven't listened to a ticket in forever, but I don't know who writes commercials for what they put on there. See, I don't know how this kind of thing works. Like sales team, marketing team, like do they sell ad space and on top of it, like we also like will write and produce your commercials because they seem very similar as far as like how shitty they are. One. So it's like Cars for Kids one, like that shit is just it's an immediate fucking power down. That fucking commercial. Just Yes, just hate it to no end. The other one, not to get political here, but I just don't understand the hey, y'all need to get the fuck out of here. All you illegals need to get out. And you know which commercial I'm talking about. And my thing is like, okay, like whatever, I don't care. But my issue is like, who are you putting this commercial on for in English on a sports station? Like, I don't understand the the marketing. What do they call it? Like when you find your you're in marketing. Like when
yeah.
you're trying to find the demographic, you find the best
Right.
place to play. Like this is not the spot that you need to be playing this. Like it just doesn't, and it's cringy as fuck. And it's just again all the political stuff out of it is just very cringy. And then the cringe is it the AC commercial with the no cap kid and the fucking AC was giving Luca and like it's just all cringy as all fucking get out. And
Yeah.
I just wonder if like when they do that, if it's all included. I've always wondered that if like the stuff is included, like, hey, you sell ad space and we're making these, or do they have a, hey, we have our ad agency that you can go to that'll give you a good deal, and that's why all of them sound as shitty as they do.
Right. No, I think it's a combination, and I'm not entirely sure how it works
Yeah.
for radio currently, but I think if I'm not mistaken, basically you buy the ad time, right?
Yeah.
And it's at whatever premium because they are, like you said, attracting a certain demographic, and we
Yeah.
know what the tickets is. It's male, 18 to what is it, 54 now? I
Yeah.
don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, yes, here's your ad space, right? It has to get approved, and then now here's then they go with their ad agencies or their talent agencies or
Hmm.
whatever they want. But the problem is like the jingle store or the jingle
Yeah.
company that's based out of like they're all buying from the same shit,
That's what I'm saying. Like
right?
somehow,
They're all
somehow it's all like, yeah,
and
it's a
and and,
it's a
and
web of shit that's all the same.
well, and okay, so that's one. The anything you hear that's a commercial that's pre-produced,
Hmm.
right? That's one thing. That's its own animal. Now, to your point, the issue with live spots that I have is that's so that when Gordo is like scrambling and
Yeah.
Crestman and everything, you can tell that that's them, and that's something that, in my opinion,
Hmm.
that because the Dumb Zone for now is, and I hope they keep this up because they found that genius sweet spot of both of those,
Yeah.
where there are live reads, but they embed it in the conversation so
Yeah.
good that you find yourself being like, "Damn, that's good." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because they make jokes. It's natural, and yes, they pre-write some stuff. I get it, but their reads are so good that they embed that into the show, and I think that's genius. So yes, I think the pre-produced stuff on the ticket. I'll go you one further. It doesn't matter who made it on the commercial side of
Yeah.
the ticket and Cumulus. In your opinion, speaking of the production level and how cringy and shitty, I don't know. I don't know the numbers, but do you think that that's a marker of, the Super Bowl gets premium commercials, right?
Yeah.
The ticket had some, they were always corny, but I feel like the company quality and the
Oh yeah, I
quality
noticed.
quality,
Yeah, I noticed. I noticed the levels of like the type of advertisers that
we'll take
you
whatever.
get.
We'll take
Yes.
whatever.
Yes. Yeah,
And
I mean, yo,
you mentioned,
I've always gotten that vibe because it's like you could listen to other stations, which I don't, but back in the day when I used to listen to other stations or whatever, you can just tell the quality of commercials are bigger companies, more, big corporations and things like that. And these are all just kind of these little, and this is something that I tried to study radio. I didn't make it. I didn't like it. I didn't like the way it was done. But like more of the DJ side of radio. But one of the things that you get taught for running a station, running a board, running commercials is like you never run back to back commercials from things of the same industry or competitors or whatever. These motherfuckers will run like three AC companies in a row, like it ain't shit. And then you'll hear somebody and be like, "Hey, AC company, whatever, roofing company, this," and and they'll even like in a way, I don't even know if they do this on purpose, but like there's like that I don't know what it is. The firemen's. I don't know if they're roofers or whatever the hell they are.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's some kind of company. And so when they do commercials for others, they'll be like, "Hey, these motherfuckers aren't just some people that this mentioning like these aren't firemen. These aren't policemen on the side, and then they come and fix roofs on the weekend type of thing. But they run commercials for all of them." And it's weird as shit because you normally
yeah,
like don't do that. And usually big companies are like, hey, if you are taking advertising money from this company, like we're not going to advertise basically on your station because you already have this category or this industry kind of covered in the thing. And I've always noticed, like I said, they'll run three roofing commercials back to back or I mean, it seems like all the commercials are AC commercials, roofing type shit, like all these little small companies, and you
yeah.
don't hear anything huge.
Well, and also like I think the larger point is in my opinion, I think the trend is downward, but it's cumulative stock is down. We've talked about this already, but
Huh?
also I think there is a little bit of a turning point where, yes, they're opening up the floodgates. They're trying to pump in some revenue, and
Yeah,
quality is decreasing on ad space, right?
yeah,
They're like, yes, bring it in, bring it in. And again, I wonder, I don't know, I don't have the numbers, but I wonder if it's reactionary to what's going on with the dumb zone,
mhm,
which we'll talk about, again, what they've got planned for the summer, which I
yeah,
think is very funny. I think it's fresh. Everything they do right now, it's kind of like, it's almost like the beginning of MySpace. It's the beginning of
yeah.
fuck the internet. We were around for that. I was at your house till my eyes bled because we had a AOL 20-hour free
We did.
CD-ROM or whatever, and we were just like I feel like the dumb zone is that it feels fresh, and I hate to say it because I love the ticket, but ad space is suffering. Something's going on
Yeah.
because they're just like
And
the
you know,
quality's
I mean,
terrible.
you notice it if you're watching like regular when you watch regular TV, right? And you're watching something on Fox or on NBC, CBS, to those that know from back in the day, like the Top Knob, you watch any of those Top Knob stations, you know what I'm saying? Like now, and now if you go to like, you know, the other smaller stations, like, if you go on digital, you go to 4.1, 4.2, like the commercials on there are like, you don't know what the hell these things are. And that's what it feels like. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah,
like, yeah, we can't afford to do this, but then also the channels, like, we can't really charge this much money for advertising because nobody's watching. You know what I mean? Nobody's on here, or it doesn't meet, whatever the threshold of like, hey, we need this many listeners or these many watchers or this kind of,
right.
numbers for
It's a
us to
pricing thing.
advertise. Yeah.
Also, I'm gonna stop you right there. Thanks for not mentioning UPN or Univision. Okay, don't make it about minorities. What is wrong with you?
No, never, never. But
Okay,
hey,
that's it.
those the commercials on there back in the day were different. They were
They
different.
were. That's fair.
They were.
That's a good point. Okay, point counterpoint. Well done. Yes.
And speaking of,
Carry
like you
on.
were saying, going from the compound to the generic summer event, the uh the announcement. Did you notice that the announcement also came within a few days different? I mean, I had 3, 4 days that the ticket announced their summer bash thing, and I was like, I wonder if they're gonna step on the date since they already have their date at. Like, I wonder if if they would do something like that, like make it on the same weekend or the same Saturday or something. But it turns out
Yeah.
it's on different days, but it's still in June.
Yes.
It's still in
It's still
June.
it's still in June, and what a great way, like Dan said when they made the announcement, and he was like, we were trying our best. He's like, look, here's the deal. We had a 420 event that was childish, was
Yeah,
silly, was silly. Okay, so this generic summer
we're
event,
grown up. We're grown
we're
up.
grown up. This generic summer bash event, we were trying to do it on 6/9. Turns out that's a Monday. So 6/7 it is, and then Jake or Blake, who somebody else, like I think
Yeah,
Jake
Jake.
said,
Jake. It was Jake.
he goes, I don't know, 7 you can kind of do something with.
Yeah, I mean, it's still some. There's still something going on there. If you look at it, there's still something going on. If the
If
six
you
nine is something, the 6-7, there's something also going on. I don't know what it is,
you
but something's happening. If you squint,
some
something's happening.
if you squint,
But
something's going
we're
down.
planning on being there.
Yes,
Hopefully, we'll see if
show
we can record some stuff there. See if we can do some bits there. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. But yes, we're planning on being there.
yes, come out, show out. I'm gonna tell you, there's no planning too. Okay, we're gonna get some roll on some B footage and some meta glasses.
Do some interviews of some drunkards.
Oh,
Who knows?
listen to me. Yeah, yeah, no, there's no maybe. It's gonna be plenty of content footage. It's gonna be fun to say hi to everybody. You know what? I really want to meet Pollito because Pollito I feel like is awesome, and he's a P1 as well. I don't know who he is. I think he's from San Antonio. I'm not being racist because there's a lot of Hispanics in San Antonio. I'm one of you. I am one of you, so I can say that.
But he seems like he would be in our bit. Like it'd be, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Well, he gave them a shirt, and then he sent that email in on Cinco de Mayo, and that was really funny. And Jake didn't wear it,
yeah,
and do you remember that? So I want
yeah.
to meet Pollito because he is one of us. So Pollito, shout out, dude. Holler at us. I'll
Hopefully,
send this to
hopefully,
you.
hopefully, we meet some of these people that we hear about that will be there. But it sounds like
One,
a cool bit
oh,
and good
it's
music
amazing.
and
Yeah, Profit and Outlaws,
yeah,
indoor outdoor. I love the
yeah.
fact that they have an indoor like food
I've
indoor
never I've
bar.
never been to that place or I've never been to that area even whatever the colony is. I've never been out there. I don't even know where it is as far as
Yeah,
directional up on the map. I have no idea where that even is.
I think it's
I imagine it over here like Grapevine and shit, but is it? I have no idea. It could be out at
honestly.
Rockwall for all I know. Like I have no
I
idea
think
where
it's
the colony is.
I think the colony in Texas is the 14th of the original 13 colonies. One. Okay,
The
so let's
original.
yeah, one of the original. It was an extra one. It was the original 13 colonies, and this one was the
After
14th because it was
after white
Texas.
settlement.
Yeah, after white settlement, that's it's a whole bit. It's a whole bit, but I who knows? I don't know. I'm not clear. No matter where it is, though, we're gonna pull up, and it's gonna be fun. We got
No,
some
no.
bits lined up already. A little something in the simmering in the kitchen already that Adrian and I talked offline. So, yeah, man, come out, show out. I think it'll be fun. I think we're gonna have the crew come out with us, and it'll be fun. I think it'll be
Oh,
great.
for sure. Faux show.
Yeah, looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to it. But um, man, I was speaking of summer. Oh, okay. So back to what you're saying about the alignment of June and Summer Bash and
Mhm.
generic summer event. That's going to be interesting because it's going to be round two, second year of Summer Chill. Might pull up to that, depending on the timing. But
It's on Juneteenth.
oh dear. Well,
Hey,
moment of
I've
silence.
never partied Juneteenth style, so
Jeez, OP. Moment of silence for Juneteenth. Paul and
following the
nah, dude, it's gonna be great. I like it. Let's try to hit both if we can. But yeah, man. No, I think it's gonna be good. Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. Um, dude.
what
Okay, so you were talking about news and upcoming stuff, but looks like we have a looks like we have finally an American Pope when the smokestack when 420 smoked out and I'm not going to listen. It's not a religious joke. I love Catholics.
finally American.
Looks like we got yeah. Looks like we got a sports fan, Villanova sports fan.
Cubs? Was it Cubs or White Sox? White Sox,
Cub,
right?
Southside, I think White Sox.
I
Yeah,
think White Sox, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. White Sox.
One
Those,
thing. Every. I mean, this has happened a couple of times, I guess, two, three times since we've been kind of conscious or old enough to like know what the fuck's going on. But whenever this happens, like I always wonder, right? Like because they do this whole thing, they select, I don't know how they do it. I don't know how it works, but I'm sure there's like nominations and like they nominate people and then all these people, all these, I don't know what they are, cardinals or bishops. I don't know what they are. Like I said, I
I
don't know
think,
about it, but they,
what you're looking for is the conclave
oh yeah,
draft. I think is
yes,
what you're looking for.
the
Uh,
conclave draft.
where the popes go through the combine. This is a tired joke. It's been done like for 10 million times this week, so it's fine. I'm recycling. Carry on.
Yes, but my thing has always been like when I think about this, and no disrespect, but like no, 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 this is nothing bad or anything like that. But I always wonder, right? Because they're still human beings, you know what I mean? But they're supposed to be like these, holy, just I don't know if you would call it enlightened. I don't know if that's like a more of a monk thing or more of a Buddhist type thing, but they've given their life to this thing, like to serve to all these things. But I always wonder, like once they select somebody and all that, like do you think like the guy that got chosen like for a second it's just like fuck yeah, just like what I mean, like actually be human for a couple of seconds, you know what I mean, like fuck yeah,
Yeah,
like I knew it was gonna be me, like I'm gonna own all these motherfuckers, like it's my show type shit. Or are they so far beyond the thing that is just kind of like and on the
like
other side too, is there other people that were like, man, fuck him. Like why? Like I remember when he did this. I remember when we were at the place and he did this, or some little bullshit thing that is not really a big deal to us, but
yeah.
like I would have made a better pope. Like you think they talk to each other, and be like, man, this motherfucker right here. But I guess
Man,
that's what, you know what I mean. I always wonder if
I
like that little part, that little human, comes out in them for a second or two. Because like I said, they're
listen.
still human, but I just wonder if
Yeah,
like they're so far past it that they just kind of take it as a like, hey,
it's
I just
fine.
don't see how
Win or
they
lose.
don't. Because it's
Win or lose.
huge.
It listen. Listen, Adrian. We're all human. This is a broken world. So yeah, they're making fun of Frank, the Pope, that didn't get to be Pope in the corner, and he's just shame eating, and he's like, God, I knew it. I knew it.
That that one time that I didn't want to pick up them wafers, and now for that now I don't get to be Pope.
You have a second go around of communion wine. All of a sudden, Frank's the bad guy.
All of a sudden. I didn't want to waste. There was two little cups left. I didn't want to waste them. So now
Right.
so now because of that, Frank gets to be Pope.
Sudden, this guy.
That,
Crazy.
I was just always wondered that if it's like, for like I said, because they're human again, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they're so far beyond some shit that we don't understand that like they don't think that way. I don't know. But
No, oh yeah,
I don't see how not.
it comes with the dinner, man. Yeah, well, just human emotion. But no, yeah. But yeah, that was some hot topic news we had to make
Yeah,
sure we
but
stamped and covered. In other news,
I want to throw this past if you don't have nothing else on that part. Do you have anything else on that?
no, I don't have anything else on that. Yeah, I don't.
Speaking
Hey,
speaking
you
of
know
being
what?
human and jerky, huh?
You,
No, go ahead.
you know why I don't. You don't want to. You know why I don't have anything else on that?
Uh,
I don't want to go to hell, bro. So go on to the next thing you're gonna do if you have anything.
hey,
Jesus.
we'll be there holding hands, playing merry-go-rounds, and don't even. I, I think I had told you this week, like I said, speaking of jerky moves and being human,
I
like
can't wait. Go. Yes.
so I had so this is a we're not gonna steal the am I a jerk bit, but it's like am I a jerk? You know what I mean? Because so far everybody tells me I'm the jerk in this situation. All right. But I just feel like I don't know. I don't know. You tell me. So I'm at the local Walmart, right? And now all these Walmarts have nothing but fucking self checkout lines, you know. And part of my job is going to procure. I go and I get waters, Gatorades, and I get like the little mix boxes, like little envelopes that you pour in the water bottles, to give the guys so they don't have to just drink water all day. I get them
Yeah.
these little sugar-free packets to put, a little bit of flavor in the water or whatever in Gatorades.
Condoms.
And so
Condoms.
sometimes on Fridays, and so and so I have a lot. We have 12, 13, 14 guys, you know what I mean? So I get a lot of water, a lot of Gatorade, a lot of these boxes. So I have waters, 4 or 5 cases of waters on one cart, and then I hang the all the Gatorades in there, all different flavors, and all the boxes of flavorings, right? So technically I have 3 SKUs, right? I have 3 SKUs. Like all the waters are the same price, all the Gatorades are the same price, even though I have different flavors. All the boxes are same price, even though And so I go to the self checkout. I got all this shit I gotta deal with. So I go to the checkout and I just be like, boop, 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 however many waters. I pick one Gatorade. I got 9, 10, 18 packs of Gatorade. Just scan them all. Get the one box, how many boxes I have, and just scan them all. I always do that, right? And this has kind of been a thing that's been kind of building. That's kind of been, I've noticed it. And so finally, that morning, and I wasn't in no fucking mood that morning either. Like it was already a morning was like I was in no fucking mood, right? And so then this old lady, literally on a walker, she like a worker. She walks up to me to the self checkout, and then is like, I don't think you did that right. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, you scanned all the same. I'm like, it's the same price. I said, all this shit is the same price. I scanned however many waters I had, how many 18 packs of Gatorades I had, and how many boxes I had. And so she goes to cancel my thing, right? To press cancel because I have to do it over again. And I'm like, whoa, 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 no, 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 no. And so I cancel her cancel. for it to go back to the screen so that I can just pay, right? And this whole time she's like, "You didn't do it right. You can't just scan one thing." And I'm like, "Look, I don't have time for this shit today. Like, I don't have time for this shit today. They're all the same price. I'm just gonna pay." And so as I'm paying and going through the thing, she waddles on back to another lady that's there that seems a little bit more managerial looking. I guess she had a different vest on, right? So then she starts coming towards me, right? And I'm like, "Look, I get it, but look, you're already making me scan this shit." Go, oh, because she said, because I told her, I said, "Dad, look, there's all the same price. It's all the same quantity." "Yes, but it fucks up our inventory." I said, "Okay, so on top of me having to scan all this shit, so now I'm scanning all this shit. Now I'm also responsible for keeping your inventory." I'm like, "I don't fucking work here. I don't work here. You do. You do." I said, "If you want to do it right, open a fucking checkout lane and I will go down there and then you can do it the way you want to. But this is not my job. I don't work here. I'm you're already making me scan this shit and also have to keep on top of mind that I have to keep track, make sure that the inventory is right. So I have to scan the 4 different flavors, the 7 different flavors, or whatever the fuck. I don't care. I don't work here. I don't work here." So she gave me a look of like, "Well, that's the way." I'm like, "Look, you remember y'all said that, look, the fucking price of all this shit is exactly the same, even though I'm working here." And then I threw in the little thing of, because it pissed me off, because the other day that I went, I bought some stuff in the bag tour. I said, "In the back, the bags are getting fucking thinner and fucking smaller. The prices aren't going down." And then you want to bitch at me about like, "Look, I'm not still, you're still making your money. Like, I don't give a shit, but I don't work here. I'm sorry, but I do not work here." And I just fucking walked out. And I didn't even want to show the receipt to the lady that then asked me, because she took it. She took the like they say, the other ones pissed me off, and it wasn't her, and it wasn't this other old lady at the door's problem. But it was like, "You know what? On top of that, you make me scan the shit, keep track of your inventory, and then when I'm leaving, you want to make sure I'm not stealing shit." It's like, nah, bruh. It's like, it was like this old man moment of like, back in the day, man, like, whatever, like, it's the way it is. But like, it's just way too much shit to like I said, to come and bitch about some shit like that. And as I'm walking out, that is like, "I need to see your receipt." I'm like, "You don't need to see shit." So I just fucking rolled on out. "You want to come catch me? Come catch me. Like, do what you gotta do. I'll be back tomorrow." And I was back the next day to get more shit. And the same three were out there, but nobody said nothing to me. I didn't say nothing to them. So is
Well,
that jerky?
listen. Well, before I answer, first of all, we need to transcribe this and send that straight in to the dumb zone. That's one. Number two, I'm so proud of you because it looks like we've got a little run the ball junior guy here.
I'm turning it to run the ball. It's just that shit just
You need to set the line, establish the line, get right in behind there, get the tackle set. You're run the ball guy. I'm very proud of you.
and we were just talking about this the other day at work at lunch, and we're sitting around because we're kind of close to the same age. And this question came up like, "Hey, like, have you noticed, or when did you realize that you started doing like old man shit?" You know what I mean? Like things that you said, I'm never gonna say that. I'm never gonna do that. Like shit that my dad used to say, or shit that my dad used to do. Is like, I don't understand like why that pisses you off. Like shit doesn't make any sense. Like, you know what I mean? And now when that shit pisses me off, I'm like, "Oh shit." And then when my
Well,
kids are
listen.
telling me what I used to tell my dad, I'm like, "Ah, shit."
sounds to me
It
like
sounds to me like I want to run the ball.
yeah, sounds to me like you want to run the ball. Sounds to me like you're ageist. These are beautiful older ladies
Oh,
aging
I've got
gracefully.
nothing against the ladies. It's more the
Okay.
policies they're trying to
Hey,
enforce. I got
hey,
nothing
hey,
against
hey,
the ladies.
hey. Hey, listen. I got no problem with you, okay? I don't want no problems with you, sir. Okay? I'm just pointing out a little, I'm painting the corners here, okay? All right? And listen, just embrace it. Run the ball guy. It's good. It's fine. It's all good. Are you a jerk? Yeah, you're a jerk, but not because of this.
Yeah, yeah, no, no. I know I'm normally a jerk, but is this a jerky move, or are they jerks?
Man, or It's
See,
the
I even
system.
wouldn't say that they're jerks. I can understand, like they're trying to do their job, but at the same
Yeah.
time, it's like, look, I know they're not making a lot of money because then they lose their benefits. They're old folk, like they're not making really. They're just there to kind of do. They're like, why do you care? It's just like there's another run the ball guy shit. It pisses me the fuck off when you go somewhere and you ask these motherfuckers for an extra sauce and they act like you're taking it out of their check. It's like well, the only time I ever worked at a place like that when I worked at the theater, you want extra, like whatever the fuck, like I don't care. This is not my fucking jalapenos. This isn't my butter. Like I don't give a shit. You want more
But
coke? Here,
also,
need more coke.
also,
They're paying me fucking $5.50 an hour. Like, I don't give a shit.
also, hey, what? You want a Desperado poster with Salma Hayek on it? Here, man. Here, take it.
You want to get in free over there? Just go.
Just
Just get in. I won't
go,
tell nobody. Just go. I don't give a
man.
shit.
That's a good movie. You should go for two. Run for go for two.
Well,
Go.
that one, and
Treat
then you need
yourself.
to watch the other one.
Treat yourself, man. I love this. I love all of this. No, I don't think you're a jerk. I think the system needs to be held accountable for thin bags, is what I heard.
Thin bags and make it. Like I said, I don't work here, but it's like every
You know
time you
what?
go, it's like it's like you're doing all their work. They don't want to open up
Here's
checkout lanes.
here's the
See,
deal.
that's more and more run the ball guy
It's
talk.
run the ball guy, but here's what I hear: a political platform. Now, hear me out. First, we keep local. We'll run for some kind of city municipal office or some council seat or something. Here's
You got
our
to start. Yeah,
platform.
you got
You
to
ready?
start small.
Yeah, you got to start small,
Get on
but
the school
also,
board,
yeah. Maybe
PTA.
if we get Patriot Mobile behind us. Now, here's the deal. Here's what I think. Hear me out. Let's not take on the whole system. Let's start with bags. Okay, thin bags are out. Let's keep America thick again. Am I right,
Yeah,
guys?
start small.
Keep America thick again.
That's another shirt.
There's you. Bob's your uncle. So, you know, well,
That's
yeah,
another
I
shirt
like
right
this.
there.
More about this. I'm
I'm
intrigued
saying
by
I
this.
have these situations every other day of like
Keep them.
once
Keep
I
them.
get out of them, I'm like, holy shit! I'm like, was that jerky or sometimes not even being a jerk. It was just about like if something pisses me off, like damn, that's so old man. Like if that am I there now that like this shit is really bothering me? Like
How do you feel about clouds?
I scream at them all the time.
I'm with you. I'm with you. No, I'm on the same page.
One that it's almost an everyday thing that like irks me to no fucking end. That these loud ass fucking cars. And there's usually young little kids, and I get it. When I was young, you want to do all this kind of shit, but it annoys me to no fucking end when there's a car and it's just so fucking loud. It's just so fucking loud in traffic, or it zooms by, or even when we're at work, because we're outside and we're near the highway, and you just hear the like, seriously, like it's just shit that annoys me. Okay.
No, it was a heat of the moment. You're
Somebody
not.
was trying to call us while we're on the pod.
How dare they? Do they not know what we do for a living?
do, do you
You
not know
know
what I
we
do for a living?
do you know we pod at 7 p.m. on Fridays? Get out of here.
Central Standard Time.
Central Standard Time, Greenwich time. Okay. You're not a jerk. You're not a jerk, my beautiful boy. You're a sweet young man. You're a sweet boy. Okay.
I try. I
I
try.
try.
I try.
Man, this was
Well, we've
good.
gone over an hour, so
I like it.
we've met our contract requirements.
That's right. That's right. Yep. And parole probation requirements. Thank you.
That too.
We
That too.
skirted we skirted labor law. Kids, there's a lot to learn in this pod. Okay? Listen up. Tell your parents. Tell your mom. I said hi.
Tell grandma.
Man, well, till next time, brother. Uh,
I'm
uh,
gonna I'm gonna speak. I mean, we were talking about the draft and conspiracy, but Paige Becker's debuts tonight. You gonna catch it? I
ooh,
might catch a little bit of it if I can figure out where the fuck they even put it on. I have no idea.
I heard it's on
You might have
Univision.
to get like I don't know what like HGTV or Hallmark Channel. I don't know where they put these fucking games on. I have no
Yeah,
idea.
yeah. No, I heard it's on Lifetime. So,
Just to just to check it out.
dude,
Even though like
hey,
look, watching. Look, I'm not gonna say all women's sports because there's some sports that I enjoy watching, but like watching women's basketball is like because you have little nephews and stuff that you go watch play soccer on Saturday, Sunday mornings. That's what it looks like. No offense, no
I
offense,
no, and I
no
mean that with no
offense.
offense, but
I
it
mean
is
no
the
offense.
and it is but it is the truth. Yeah, when it's 16-12 in the fourth quarter, I mean, I don't know. What are you gonna do? It's a barn burner. Hey, but I mean
That's why
that.
they demand hundreds of dollars.
It's right. That's right. That's why they should all be on the cover of Time as Sportswoman of the Year.
All of them.
Not just Caitlin Clark. Hey, I'm gonna tell you this though about Paige Buckets. I rock with her, dude. She got that hood in her, dude. I like it.
Hey, I
Like
ordered
Jake
the
said.
shirt,
Whoa, wow,
the
wah wah
draft,
wah wah
the
wah
draft
wah wah.
shirt,
We need a sounder for that, dude.
non-disclosure.
Nah, this is non-disclosure. This is
Hey,
non-disclosure.
I didn't pay the $55 off the Nike side. I got the bootleg for $22 off of eBay. Let's not get
Jeez.
carried away or anything.
Just when I
Let's
thought you
not
were
get
about
carried away.
women's, just when I thought you were about women's equality and rights. What's
I
next?
am, but you know what I'm at? A little bit at a time. A little bit at
Yeah,
a time.
yeah. These things
A
take
little
time.
bit at a time.
I like it, brother.
Now, well, all right then.
All right. Wash
I'll see
yourself
you on
nice and clean.
the next one, whether it's next week or if we do
Oh,
one every 2 weeks, whatever it is.
no, it's next week. I'm
We'll
not
see you on
going
the
back
next
to
one.
rehab. I'm not going back to rehab. It'll be next week.
That's what you said last time, and then last week you had to go back for a weekend.
Listen, let me tell you something about ketamine and hot tubs. I can't avoid either one. They're lovely. They're relaxing. They're for horses, and I
I
love
keep
it.
tripping into them
I
just out
keep
of
slipping
nowhere.
into my whoa, whoa, ketamine. Well, adios, brochacho.
All right, until the next one.
Until the next one.